And it's basically about a young man who has a picture painted for him, and all of the bad deeds that he does gets not reflected in him, but in the painting. So I actually read this book about 2 years ago while on a cruise, and to be honest with you, out of this, it's about 200 pages. The first 100 pages were not really that interesting to me, and this can be reflected in who exactly Oscar Wilde was. He was technically a narcissist. He had a bunch of poems and a bunch of lectures about how to really glorify yourself and all those lines. And unfortunately, this is his only writing because he actually committed suicide um, due after he was tried and found guilty of being homosexual. But so as I said, the first 100 pages aren't really isn't really a lot. It's just about him falling in love with a girl, and then suddenly he breaks her heart. And then next day he finds out that the girl committed suicide because of this tragic sort of breaking up. And this is what happens. As soon as he left, he rushed to the screen and drew it back. No, there was no further change in the picture. It had received the news of Sybil Vane's death before he had known of it himself. It was conscious of the events of life as they had occurred. The vicious cruelty that marred the fine lines of the mouth had no doubt appeared at the very moment that the girl had drunk the poison. Whatever it was, or was it indifferent to the results? Did it merely take cognizance of what passed within the soul? He wondered and hoped that someday he would see the change taking place before his very eyes, shuddering as he hoped it. So, as I said, as we could see, actually, I think I should really point out, Dorian Gray himself, his physical appearance doesn't change at all, but his age is reflected in the paint. And this becomes very important, and especially the things that he does later and what is represented in the painting. So, out of a 4 or a 5-star grading scale, I would sort of rank this a 4, mainly because it took so long to sort of get hooked on the book and sort of wondering what's going to happen next, and sort of get that rush of excitement. So, yeah.
So Oscar Wilde only wrote one book?
Yeah, he wrote a lot of poems, but yeah, he only...
one book and a lot of poems. Oh, okay, yeah, because I've heard his name before.
Yeah.
So you talked about how you didn't like the first 100 pages.
Yeah.
What did you like about the book then? Like, what intrigued you in the last 100?
Okay, so the last 100 pages is mostly about him sort of doing all these bad things, and then the painting's getting reflected about it, and it's reflecting who he really is. And it's sort of interesting because he hates the painting, and the painter himself wants to find out or wants to see the painting again. And basically, it's just sort of fascinating to see like what is he going to do next, and what's the painting going to show of that. Yeah, kind of.
My question is like, how does the painting change? Like, is it like how does it reflect what he does?
Okay, so
like it'd be like when the girl committed suicide. Like, what happened on the painting?
Well, in that instance, his smile became a little bit more vicious and a little bit more angry. And as the book goes on, he gets older, he gets gray hair, he looks a lot more stern. His eyes are really stern. He looks very angry, and it portrays how he really is, unlike his physical body, which is
And also like how like who was the painter? What did the painter do?
Well, the painter, he was just painting, but that's the mystery of the book. You don't know why. I mean, the painting sort of, in a sense, matters.
So you don't know like what happened to the painting. Like, why is it doing this?
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I was gonna ask a similar question. Does like how the painting changes, is that important to the plot? Or is that something like Oscar Wilde? Is that special to him or something? Or the values of preaching and painting?
It's sort of, in a way, yes. I mean, mostly because it's reflecting. Yes, but it sort of is going to give away the ending. I'll tell you what. Yeah.
So does he see the painting every time it changes, or is he never see it, and then does he try and change it?
Um,
changes demeanor, I guess.
well, he sees that it has changed, but I mean, he's not a painter, so he can't really change the outcome.
It said that he was trialed for homosexuality. So when was this written?
Like 1890 or
Okay. So did that reflect in the writing? Just the times then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
How did this directly affect the main character?
Um,
The painting itself, like, did it do anything to him? Did it
well,
affect his life?
yeah, it made him a lot more agonized in a way that, I mean, he wasn't. I mean, all he wanted to do was not age, and the picture was showing how he was really aging, and it was sort of humiliating him. And that's also something that happens at the end.
Alright, last one.
Wait, so does the painting show anything good? Is it only bad?
It's only showing the bad. So I mean, the reason why is because he's not really a good person. So I couldn't tell you if he did any good.
And also, can you
Well,
write,
yeah, it's only representing the bad. He
and
can't.
also, can you write down the book name for me because I kind of want to get it too.
Okay, yeah.